In this video, I want to start talking about bipeds. Alright, so if I come all the way over here on the menu bar and click on my Systems tab, you'll see bones and bipeds, and we're going to talk about those in this course. If I select biped, you're going to see Create Biped comes up with a whole bunch of different methods for creation. If I just come in here, I'm in my front view, and I'm drawing by the feet up, I can come in here and I can put in a biped. And a biped is a fully articulated skeleton. And as you can guess, a skeleton is also a rig. It's a rig for in this case a human, right? Our rigs as living beings are skeletons. We use muscles to move our bones that in turn move the rest of our flesh. So when we walk, our brain sends signals to the muscles in our legs and feet that move the bones, and the bones take the body with it. It's not very different here. We are going to be moving, we're not going to have muscles, we're going to have bones, and we're going to move those bones. And then that is going to eventually move our characters. So this is just the default, and you're going to see he only has one finger and one toe. So you want to make some changes or adjustments to your bipeds. That's just the default. Let's come over here. You can change the body type. Okay, that's the skeleton. There is a male. Oops, got him a little close there. And you see they're moved by a little gem in the pelvis, little pivot point in the pelvis. And if I expand that biped, it will start to show you all the parts and pieces. So you can expand it to start to see the parts and pieces. Okay, the next one is female. Let's make her taller just to be different. It's kind of making them even just to... I look like our children. Biped. And then the last one is classic, which is androgynous. It doesn't really have a gender. This can actually be used, turned into other animals by manipulating it, and we'll talk a little bit about how to do that. Now these bipeds they come in fully articulated. They've already done, the people are the software creators, 3D Studio Max, have already fully articulated these, and they're usually the easiest to start with. The problem is we're not always modeling characters that are humans. They don't always fit, they don't always work. You can modify them, and I am going to show you how to do that in another video. You can modify them to change them. But let's first start with the defaults here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to skeleton, and you're going to see if I come down here, I can control whether or not it has arms, whether or not it has neck links and how many. And I'm just going to really do something crazy here so you can see. How many links in the spine it has, how many leg links it has. It'll let me only go up to 4. 10 is the highest there. I'm just going to do them all the way up. 25 there. Tail links, ponytail links. Wow, that's quite a bit. Second ponytail. Fingers, 5. Finger links, 4. Toes, 5. Toe links, 3. There are props. Let's check those. Ankle attach. Height. And the triangle pelvis just means that's the pivot. Okay, and so this is what it creates. Not very attractive, huh? We got some crazy stuff going on here. And that's what we end up with if we do all that to it. Okay, so you could control all those variables, and obviously you would do something more temperate somewhere in between, and or I don't know, maybe you're going to do that. These are the props, what they call props. I've not really worked with those, which are a little more advanced, so we're probably going to leave that off. But they're there for use in modeling. Let's move this away so you can see. And yeah, so those are that's what it did to the fingers, and it's got a couple tails and toes, and we did some offsetting of the ankles, a gazillion spline links. This is where a lot of animators realize that it's important to study anatomy. For instance, you would know how many spine links a human has versus how many a cat has, which is why cats can curl up in little tiny balls like they do, and we can't. If you're going to model something like a giraffe, they have a lot of neck links. There's a ponytail, and then the ponytail has a ponytail. There's two ponytails, but they go in the same place. So just so you can see what these things do. Okay. All right. So normally, when you set one of these up, you're not going to do all this crazy stuff. Normal neck links are 1, but if you study anatomy and you count the number of vertebrae in our neck, we have multiples. But really, just you can use yourself as a model, right? Put your hand on the back of your neck and move your neck up and down, and then move your neck to the left and right. And you see that really you only really have truly one full neck pivot. So in this case, we're going to treat neck links like your neck pivot. You really only need one. Your neck is going to pivot from one place. You can add 2 if you want to make it a little more realistic. Spine links, a lot of these come with 1, 2, 3, 4. We have more vertebrae than that. We have quite a few. Not quite that many. I'm not sure exactly how many we have, but we could always look that up, right? But you can control spine links. Usually 3 to 5 is sufficient, depending how much you want your character to bend. Leg links. Let's see, this one has that one has 4, but it generally comes in with 2. Usually have 2 leg links because we divide at the knee. Oops. Trying to get it to go down there. Just want to go up. Alright, well. So I can just type it in. Nope, 3 is the minimum. Because it's counting the ankle. Tail links. No tail. Ponytail links. We'll take these off. Fingers, 5. Finger links, usually 3. Toes, 5. Toe links. Well, actually, 2 finger links, sorry. 2 toe links. Most people just use 1 because they don't bend the toes a whole lot. If you're going to be doing a lot with a foot, then you would want to add in more toe links. Take off the props. Ankle attach. We're going to just leave that right at, I have the ankle attach right there. This is an offset. Okay, and then we have a little more realistic biped. Not that you're always going to want to be realistic. You may want to do other things. Now you can edit this biped, but not on the by going to the Modify tab. You're going to go to the Motion tab, and there is an opportunity, and I think I'm looking at my time on here. We're going to talk about, so I clicked on, let me back up. Okay, so here, let me get rid of these other guys. Whoops, let's do it this way. Yeah, I keep forgetting they're not like really one object the way other things are one object. Okay. The little triangle in here is how you move the whole biped. Okay, so if I want to make changes to my biped, I'm going to go to the Motion tab. And then you see I have biped apps, close that, and then I have biped. And this is where we're going to make changes to the biped. Biped mode, let's see. A lot of stuff you could do here. And this gets really advanced and complicated. But in the beginning, when students are first learning to work with all kinds of, just expanding these so you can see. Keyframing tools, gosh, we haven't even gotten that complicated. Layers, motion capture, we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's really cool. Dynamics and adaptation. Okay, so figure mode. This is where we're going to be able to make changes to the biped. Let's see, let me just start with his head. Okay, so I'm on the Select and Uniform Scale tool. And alright, now it's not letting me. There we go. I got off by figure mode. See how I'm now able to make adjustments to the skull? Now, so I'm making a Frankenstein monster. Or if I want to make an animal and I want the head to start to morph, you can now modify. Let's see what else I can do here. Okay, I've got to be in the figure mode. I can elongate that arm. I can shorten the arm uniformly. So if I have a character and I need the arms to be longer or bigger, see, I can do that. You see here now the arms are bigger. So if I want to make any changes to that biped, I have to go to my Motion tab, and then I have to go into figure mode. Otherwise, if I'm not, I'm going to be using my tools to move the biped. Okay, so I've now got rotation on, and now I'm using those to move my character. Okay, and we will continue in the next video.